Hello, good evening and welcome. You're watching Times Now. I'm Sagarika Mitra, and on this edition of the Blueprint Explosive Exclusive, we are going to get you the larger debate around these revelations that have come forth and that have rocked Mollywood. 6 years after the Me Too movement emboldened women across the world to take on sexual predators at their workplace, 6 years after big names in the world of cinema, business, media and corporate world were exposed for their perverted and predatory instincts, the Kerala film industry has been rocked by a shocking scandal. A report made by the three-member Justice Hema committee that was formed in the year 2017 was released last week. 5 years, this report was released 5 years after it was first submitted to the Kerala government. The report highlighted Malayalam film industry's worst kept secret. It revealed horrid tales of discrimination, exploitation and sexual harassment faced by women artists in Mollywood. And on the heels of this report, more and more actors in the film industry are speaking out. They are narrating their terrifying experiences. They are naming and shaming sexual predators. Today, another prominent actor who claims the abuse was so unbearable that she chose to leave the industry and start over elsewhere. She too has taken names of 4 prominent actors, which also includes a 2-time CPM MLA, Mukesh. Listen into her account and then we'll get you some more details.
ഇന്നലെ ഒരു പെട്ടെന്നൊരു ദേഷ്യമായിട്ട് എനിക്ക് ഉണ്ടാകാൻ കാരണം തന്നെ മുകേഷ് ഇങ്ങനെ മീഡിയയിൽ പറയുന്നത് കേട്ടു. അത് ഇറ്റ്സ് എ ഫാബ്രിക്കേറ്റഡ് സ്റ്റോറി ഫ്രം പൊളിറ്റീഷ്യൻസ് ഉണ്ട്, എതിർ പാർട്ടിയുടെ. അന്നേരം എനിക്ക് തോന്നി, ഇങ്ങനെയല്ല ഇത്രയെല്ലാം ചേർത്ത് ഫാബ്രിക്കേറ്റഡ് സ്റ്റോറി. അപ്പം പിന്നെ എന്തിൻ്റെ സത്യാവസ്ഥ എന്തായാലും പൊതുജനം അറിഞ്ഞേ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. ഇപ്പം അമ്മയിൽ എനിക്ക് മെമ്പർഷിപ്പ് ഞാൻ ചോദിച്ചു. അപ്പോൾ അവർക്ക് അത്രയും പേർക്ക് ഞാൻ ബെഡ് ഷെയർ ചെയ്താലേ എനിക്ക് അമ്മ മെമ്പർഷിപ്പ് എനിക്ക് തരുള്ളൂ എന്ന് അവർ പറഞ്ഞു. അപ്പോൾ തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു സംഭവം നമ്മുടെ ന്യൂ ജനറേഷൻ ആണെങ്കിലും പുതിയ വരുന്ന കുട്ടികൾക്കൊക്കെ ഒരു അവസരം കൊടുക്കാനായിട്ട് തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും നമ്മളെ പോലുള്ളവർ, നമ്മൾക്ക് അങ്ങനെ ഒരു എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ഉണ്ടായിപ്പോയി, ബിറ്റർ എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ്. അതിന് മറ്റുള്ളവർക്ക് ഉണ്ടാകാതിരിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി ഇത് നമ്മളെ പോലുള്ളവർ പ്രതികരിച്ചാൽ മാത്രമേ നമുക്ക് നല്ലൊരു കേരളത്തിനെ സൃഷ്ടിക്കാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. നല്ലൊരു മലയാളം ഫീൽഡ്, ഇന്നിപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാം മലയാളം ഫീൽഡ് ഭയങ്കര ഡ്രഗ്സ് ആണ് അല്ലേ, ഒന്നും നമുക്ക് കാണാൻ കഴിയുന്നില്ല. അപ്പോൾ നല്ലൊരു ഇതിനു വേണ്ടി മാത്രമാണ് ഞാൻ ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ളവരൊക്കെ ആർക്കെതിരെയും കൊടുക്കും. ഇനി ഒരിക്കലും അവരെ കണ്ട് ഇനിയുള്ളവരും ഇങ്ങനെ ഇതൊരു വലിയ പ്രശ്നമാണ് അവരറിയണം. അവർക്കെല്ലാവർക്കും ഒരു പാഠമുകളാകട്ടെ. ഇനി ഇങ്ങനൊരു സംഭവം നമ്മുടെ കേരള ഫിലിം ഫീൽഡ് എന്നല്ല ഒരു ഫീൽഡും നടക്കരുത്. ഒരു പെണ്ണ് കംപ്ലൈൻറ്റ് കൊടുത്താൽ തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും എല്ലാവർക്കും പണി കിട്ടും എന്നുള്ളത് തിരിച്ചറിയുന്നത് കൊണ്ട് വേണം. കാരണം ഞാനും ഒരു മോളുടെ അമ്മയാണ്, അതുകൊണ്ട്.
These allegations have caused tremors in Mollywood's power club. High-profile actors and directors are facing the heat. Actor Siddique, who quit a top film body yesterday, today has filed a complaint against the victim with the Kerala DGP. Ace filmmaker Ranjit, who stepped down as the chairman of the state-run Kerala Chalchitra Academy following serious allegations by Bengali actor Sagarika Mitra, is also threatening to take the legal route. And the actor we are talking about has now filed a complaint. Under pressure, the Pinarayi Vijayan government has set up an SIT to conduct a preliminary inquiry into these allegations against several actors. But is this just about Mollywood? Is this only about one film industry? Shouldn't actors across the world of cinema take a stand when such an important issue is raised? Joining me on the Blueprint Explosive Exclusive is filmmaker of the Kerala story, Sudipto Sen. He has taken a strong position on the Hema committee report. Will others also show the courage to speak up? Mr. Sen, thank you so much for joining us. You've been vocal about the Hema committee report. You've questioned the Kerala government for only releasing selective portions of the report. As a filmmaker and as an aware citizen, why do you think the first attempt by the establishment is always to put a lid on such damning revelations?
Yes, I did raise the question that why the selective pages of the report has come out, because the report is 283 pages. And if I am not wrong, 161 or 162 pages has been come out. So I have reason to question that why it is selective publication. But nevertheless, I salute Kerala government to take the first initiative to set up a committee called Hema Committee, Justice Hema Committee. So this is a path-breaking incident that had happened, when that #MeToo movement started 6-7 years back. the impact of that movement in the initial couple of months, there are so many incidences, so many stories, so many female actors, female filmmakers are coming out in public to talk about that their experiences. But as a society, we failed those female, we failed those women, we failed to take any kind of action against those predators. That includes politicians, that includes many so-called quote-unquote celebrities. And after a point of time, all are loved at them. In fact, I recall almost an actress named Tanushree Datta almost socially boycotted. These experience which we had about Me Too movement, we all felt very hopeless. But in that vision, in that point of view, Kerala government has set up a trend-setting experience, trend-setting examples of setting up a committee. Now, though it has opened up the box of worm in Kerala film industry, Malayalam film industry,
right.
I am sure I can vouch for the fact that if the similar committee been set up on Hindi film industry, Telugu film industry, Tamil film industry, Bengali film industry, Odia film industry, wherever there is a film industry exists.
So Mr. Sen, do you think a similar report, I beg your pardon for interjecting, do you think similar committees and investigations must be carried out in all film industries? Because these allegations of casting couch, sexual misconduct, they are not new. And like you said, when the Me Too movement happened, there are actors, who spoke out, but they felt hopeless and helpless. So do you think similar committees or similar investigations should be carried out across all film industries, including Bollywood?
Sagarika, with the precedence of Justice Hema committee, which Kerala government has shown the courage, even government of India should take a cognizance of the report. They should understand that the threat on the female members of this society, female members of this industry are so much vulnerable that it is not only the job of the Kerala government to draw the eyesights of millions of Indian film goers. Every government should take the cognizance and they should come out clean by setting up a SIT or a inquiry commission. And the government of India also should not negate their role to take into cognizance and make this place safer for the women of this society.
Okay, so you're saying that the government of India should also take cognizance of the Hema committee report?
Absolutely.
I guess it's a welcome suggestion.
Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, they are directly involved in the Indian cinema industry. They control Indian cinema industry. They take money through a censor board for censoring each film. The everything dealt about Indian cinema is handled by Ministry of Information Broadcasting. So it is directly their responsibility as well, because this is so far what we have seen during Me Too movement. It was very frivolous way of presenting the thing, frivolous way of getting into the social discussion, social dialogue, television channel dialogue, and after a point of time, everybody forgot. But this time, when Hema committee has come up with the specific allegations, now it is time for every government, every sensible, cultural, educated people to raise their voice against these atrocities, against these predators, and this is the time to clean up the Indian film industry.
Okay,
there is no way.
You're calling for a cleanup, and I'm guessing that has been the demand for the longest time. But like we talk about, there has to be a process, and now there is a report in a state like Kerala. But let's talk about the larger picture. Whenever such allegations come to the fore, and such damning allegations, when women come out, when artists come out and speak out, there is a conspiracy of silence from the so-called powerful club, be it in Bollywood or in Mollywood. The top actors, the ones who are so revered, the ones who preach about Nari Shakti in their films, they go silent. Why do you think so?
Absolutely. And I condemn, I feel ashamed that I am being the part of this industry where these conspiracy of silence has become the order of the day. I call it conspiracy of silence because they are so selective, they are so insensible that Even they don't bother about the reaction. The committee, they are given their reaction. They can come up with many hashtags, many Twitter messages. They did not come out in a single line that they welcome the Hema committee report, which is absolutely not acceptable, because they decide they lead the country's youth. They are the people whom society look upon. They decide about the course of our culture. They represent our country into the international forum. These people will, if not, they come out as clean as the way we expect, the society expect to do from them, then they must be subject to condemn. They are, but if you are not, there is a saying that if you are not part of the solution, then you yourself a problem.
No, Mr. Sen, why? As in, we have seen that they do keep quiet, they don't react to these things. Is there a specific reason why top actors choose to keep absolutely quiet?
Few years back, a friend of mine who is an ace art director in Mumbai film industry, his name is Shukant Panigrahi, he started a movement called Raise Your Little Finger. You will be surprised to know in Mumbai, none of the studio has a safe, clean, dedicated toilet for the women crew of the film team. There is no separate resting place when we work for long hours in the night shifts. There is no specific, no dedicated restroom for the women crew of the industry, of the shooting team. No studios. The businessman, the producer spends millions to build up the studio, but they get miser when they have to make a dedicated toilet for the women crew. So, directly or indirectly, the bigwigs of the industry are part of this conspiracy. And talking about, we live in a regressive society. We live in a society which is anti-women. I don't mind to tell that this dichotomy, this hypocrisy, talking about that India is the only country where women are being worshipped. What is happening in Calcutta, you have seen.
Yeah.
In last 15, 16 days. Still, there is no solution. Nobody has been arrested besides this one frivolous name, right?
So, Mr. Sen, what specific steps should film bodies and producer associations and other industry bodies or big studios take to enforce a zero-tolerance approach on when it comes to cases of sexual harassment?
You will be surprised to know Indian Film Federation has 26 bodies. The Producers Association, the Directors Association, the Actors Association, Theatre Art Director Association, Cameraman Association. Not a single association raised any voice, put up their own complaint. They do not come up with in support of Justice Hema Committee's report. Not a single tweet or a social media post you will see. So this silence is extremely defining, and it is the example of how regressive society, how insensitive this society towards the women. So, and at the same time, I blame the politicians also when they are very selective about whom to condemn, whom not to condemn, seeing the political color of that rapist or a molester. Can you imagine 151 rape accused are sitting in the parliament at this point of time? Do you expect that justice will be given to the women of this country?
Right.
So the whole system needs to be condemned.
I know there has been a larger debate and aware citizens are speaking out. In fact, over the last 2 weeks itself, from whatever has happened in Kolkata, the kind of anger that people have shown, the kind of resolve that people have shown, this is a wake-up call from Kolkata to Badlapur and now these very, very serious allegations. But Mr. Sen, I'd like to ask you, if a similar report is made and if similar investigations are done in the Hindi film industry, do you think the revelations will be as damning?
Absolutely. It may be worse than that. Sagarika, and I am taking the responsibility to say that it could be worse than that. I can tell you one incident I shared with one of my journalist friends recently. I was in Hyderabad, Banjara Hill. There was a shooting going on, and two girls were given a room just opposite to my room. And what I witnessed this whole night, men crew were going inside and coming out after an hour, and it went on for whole night. I tried to raise my voice, and when I tried to call from my room, I realized all the phone lines had been disconnected. I forgot the name. I would have named the hotel also. So what I'm saying is, this kind of situation in every shooting happens, and I may not put up any proof in favor of my comments, but I know, and everybody knows, that this happened in the shooting, outdoor locations, even for the casting couch, which is like a regular nuisance. It kept on happening, and I am sure Malayalam film industry is a small industry. The situation will be, magnitude in Mumbai industry will be much bigger than this.
Okay. You're saying the magnitude will be much bigger, and you're also calling for action. My last question to you.
And it should not go under the mat. It must be taken. Government of India must take the cognizance, and there should be immediate action. There should be taken from government authorities, in central government, in state government, and they must put all the film organizations, film associations as accountable to ensure the safety.
So you're calling for accountability not only from film bodies but also from state and the central government. Thank you, Mr. Sen, for joining us. A filmmaker who has taken a stand, who's speaking out, and who's calling for a cleanup across the board. He's saying even the government should take note of the Hema committee report, and there should be immediate action. Thank you, Mr. Sen, for joining us. This is going to be a non-stop debate here on Times Now. Thank you, Mr. Sen, for joining us once again.